You are now listening to the War Report Podcast Network.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the College Loop Podcast. I'm Dylan Ableting on Twitter. Here talking today in the latest Auburn athletics news as we get ready for Auburn football season in just a few months, which is now with baseball season officially over with, now the season we're all looking ahead to as Auburn looks to finally get back on the right track on the football field. Now, today I was looking through and I realized I've not really talked about this yet, about my top 5 most important games for Auburn football, in the 2025 football season. Now, of course, everyone pretty much knows number 1. It's going to be Alabama. Shocker there. But I'm going to go through my list regardless. And I realized something funny about mine, and I'll get to it whenever I get to the end of the list. So starting at number 5, I got Texas A&M. Now, this is a game Auburn won last year in what took about 18 hours for the game to complete. Auburn able to take down Marcel Reed in the first year of Texas A&M's new dynasty or new era under head coach. And now that I'm talking about him, it's now escaping me. The guy from Duke. So yeah, that now I'm trying to find that because I done messed myself up. Mike Elko, should have known that. In their second year under Mike Elko. Now, of course, at Texas A&M, a pretty decent team going into this year. A&M's always got the talent. They got the funds to get the talent that they want to get, no matter high school, transfer portal, whatever it is. Now, of course, A&M, Auburn has always been kind of a rivalry that kind of goes back and forth. Usually the home team always wins. It's pretty much how it's gone ever since Texas A&M joined the SEC in 2013. Now, going into this year, Auburn has a lot to prove, and this being their 5th game on the schedule. Depending on how Auburn's season starts off with, this is a way to get one step away from bowl eligibility, which, according to Hugh Freeze, is like the bare minimum of what you need to achieve this year. And again, yeah, it is. But I think this game has a lot to say about where Auburn is going forward. And I think with the other games ahead of it, it definitely ranks on this list. I think there's a line you get to between the Georgia game, which Georgia, number 4 on this list, if it's all the rivalries, got to be on this list. After the Georgia game, I think the games kind of lose a lot of, I almost said validity, lose that punch, because I think a lot of these teams are going to be having a down year in between that Georgia game and the Bama game. Because, of course, you got Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and Mercer. Some of those teams I think are going to be worse than they were last year, mostly Arkansas and Vanderbilt and Missouri. Kentucky, I think, is going to be the worst team in the SEC this year. And, of course, Mercer on that list as well. But Georgia, of course, this is a game where, Auburn has not won in Athens since 2005. Auburn has not beaten Georgia as a team since 2017. And even then, Auburn, got handed a beatdown in the SEC championship that same year, Georgia getting their revenge. But ever since then, Auburn has not beaten or even stood a chance against Georgia in quite some time. Last year, it felt like they had a chance, but one stupid decision costed Auburn what was a pretty close game up to the 4th quarter. So I think going into this year, I don't think this is a game that I have on the win column, but definitely a game where I think, going forward, what does Auburn truly look like whenever they go against some of the top teams in the SEC? But up to this point, I think Georgia is definitely the best team on Auburn's schedule this year. I don't think no one's denying that fact. And, losing this game doesn't hurt or make or break your season. It would help a lot if you were to get the win here. But I think Auburn fans there's an understanding that they're not at that level yet to where they can take down the Georgias and the Texases of the SEC right now. 2026 comes around. You hope so. 2000, but again, even then you're playing that game in Athens. Which again, Auburn's not beating Georgia in Athens. It's 20 years since it happened last. So Georgia, of course, always going to be on this list just because the rivalry aspect of it. You got to beat Georgia and Alabama if you want to be a successful coach at Auburn. Just no one's been able to do it consistently yet since, again, 05. It's not, no one's been able to do it. It's happened a few times, and when it happens, it's a big deal. So Georgia on this list. Up next is Oklahoma. Auburn opens up SEC conference play in week 4 at Oklahoma. Of course, this is a game Auburn lost because of a pick 6. A game Auburn out yarded Oklahoma last year. Their offense was better than Oklahoma's, but stupid mistakes late in the game costed Auburn a win here. Now, you're traveling to Norman, and you're going to be playing against an Oklahoma team that revamped its offense, but I don't know if they're going to be all that great going into this year. Of course, Oklahoma's always going to bolster that hype going into every single season. They have earned that historically. They're same thing with like a Miami a few years back, a USC. All those teams are going to be, hyped up in the rankings, hyped up in the preseason. And going forward, Oklahoma's got that hype going into, I think, year 3 of Brent Venables. And, of course, a make-or-break year for him. He needs wins like Auburn to kind of get to where he wants to be and kind of get to where he can keep his job going into the 2026 football season. Now, again, this game is a revenge game for Auburn. You have to turn those close losses you had last year into wins this season. So this game becomes very important this year. I think this, outside the Bama game, which I think pretty much knows everyone knows is going to be pretty much number 1. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog in the background barking at the mailman. But going ahead, I think Oklahoma becomes the most important non-Iron Bowl game in the SEC, because being that first SEC game, and of course you got A&M after that, you have to prove to the fans, to college football, that you are, again, it's kind of cliche, that you are back, that you can compete at the highest levels of the SEC again, that you can be a team that can compete for the SEC titles, can compete for the national titles, can compete just for that national brand again that Auburn was just a few years ago. Auburn is I saw someone did a video on who's the most miserable fan base in college football, and Auburn won because they're a historical program that, hasn't been winning over the past few years. That has going into the year 4, year 5 in a row of having a losing season. And that's just not an Auburn brand. That's not something Auburn should be doing. They should be beating Alabama. They should be beating Georgia every so often. They should be competing for a spot in the SEC title game. They should be getting into the playoffs as whatever seed. Auburn is that, and you have to beat Oklahoma in games like this. And then again, going to my number 2 game, Baylor. Baylor is one of the most important games on Auburn's schedule this year, because as I was saying about all the other games, it goes even more into this game. This is the first game of the season. This is the game to show what you're going to be for the next 11 games on your schedule. You have this game on a Friday night. This is a Friday night game. You moved it from Saturday. That way you can get all eyes on Auburn, all eyes on this game in Waco, Texas, to prove to the fans, to everybody, that you are what you say you are. You're a competitive football team. You've gotten your 3 recruiting classes. You've gotten a quarterback with all the talent in the world, a former 5-star plus quarterback. You got the best wide receiver room in college football, second best probably outside of Ohio State. You got the talent. Oh, Baylor's got the talent too. Baylor is a good football team. I just predicted Auburn to beat Baylor just 3 days ago. So going into the season, the first game of the year, and again, it's been since I think 2019 since Auburn's played, or 2020, since Auburn's played a Power 4 opponent to start off the year. You don't have Alabama A&M. You don't have a Mercer, Alabama State, Akron, UMass. You don't have those teams to start this year off. You have Baylor, who is a team that many people are predicting to win the Big 12. This is a playoff caliber team that you have to play in week 1, having to prove yourself. And again, this is the most important non-Bama game of the season. And of course, that brings me to number 1 on my list. Of course, Iron Bowl, Alabama, This is The most important game, no matter what the year is, no matter how good, bad, horrible, god-awful Auburn is, the Iron Bowl always is the most important game of the season because, again, coaches are judged on whether or not they can beat Alabama. It's been close first 2 years. You bring up the 2023 Auburn. It was there. The stupid 4th and 31 call to end the Nick Saban era at Alabama. Stupid defensive play call in that play as well. Then you had last year. You were forcing turnovers. The defense stepped up immensely, 28-14. You lose because the offense wasn't there. When you had the offense that was there, defense kind of gave up at the end of the game. I don't want to say they gave up. It was a bad play call. Then you had the defense step up and the offense just shuddered in the face of Alabama. 2025 is the year you get everything right. Again, I've already predicted, this has been my hot take. I think Auburn will win the Iron Bowl in 2025. And they're due for one at that. But this game always holds the utmost importance for everything Auburn related. Every sport, every single thing an Auburn athletics team does is based around, can they beat their rivals on the biggest stages of college football, of college athletics. If Hugh Freeze wants to succeed at Auburn, he's got to beat Alabama. He's got to have winning records. He's got to compete for SEC titles. He's got to compete at the national stage and not, turn the other cheek. That's got to happen. So again, Alabama, the most important game on the schedule every single year. This will be the thing. Basically, who's 2 through 5. That's what every year is. So let me know what you think. What is the most important game on the schedule for Auburn football going to 2025 football season? Of course, that's up next. That's the next sport on the docket. And of course, don't forget, we're, I'd say a couple months away from college football. We're also, see here, 23 days away from Nike becoming Auburn's brand. So huge shout out to John Cohen for making that happen. Been waiting for Nike for quite some time. But again, let me know what you think. What's the most important game on the schedule for you going into 2025? Which game do you think Auburn needs to win for a successful season to be had? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Going to quick little break. Let's have this break. We're going to talk about some Auburn baseball for a little bit because, got some rough weekend ahead, or rough weekend it was, but make up for it with some transfer additions. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Are you tired of having to rummage through just clothes after clothes after clothes, looking for something to wear? Are you tired of your friends making fun of you for your terrible fashion sense? Well, do we have the shirt for you? Go to thewarreport.com, get your laptop out and do it right now. Go to the shop and get your very own Feelin' Loopy t-shirt as well as your college loop hat, and you can get both of them for only $25 each. Plus shipping and handling, of course. But with that, now back to your regular scheduled program. It's available on thewarreport.com. Go to the shop, second page of the shop. You'll find the college loop merch. Of course, only one way to support the channel. Best way to support the channel, of course, by liking the video, commenting on the video. Let me know what you think is the most important game on the schedule for Auburn football. And of course, lastly, subscribing to the channel. Check us out right here on YouTube, all the other platforms as well. Go follow us on social medias. And of course, 1,000 subscribers is so close. So thank you thank you everybody who has already subscribed to the channel. Auburn baseball taking a tough couple of losses to Coastal Carolina to end their postseason earlier than we wanted. This team was built for Omaha, but Super Regionals speed bump in the way. Coastal Carolina was the better team this weekend. Auburn just could not find ways to score runs when they had people on base. It's the game. It's the game. The better team wins, and that's what happened. It sucks. Auburn's cursed. It's been this way for quite some time. I will die on the hill that every Braves Auburn fan, every Braves Auburn fan, you can't hear the air quotes on that, that rolled tumors for the World Series win. I blame you. Just saying. Ever since that happened, everything's kind of gone downhill. Every sport. So, blaming that. But of course, with losses, there are wins. Auburn able to pick up some transfers right away, picking up 5 guys right off the bat. Picking up 3 pitchers, 2 starters. Drew Whalen from Western Kentucky, Jake Marciano from Virginia Tech, and Garrett Brewer from Michigan State. So picking up 3 really good arms in that. And then able to pick up some infielders as well. Todd Clay from UAB, I believe the second year in a row Auburn has picked up a UAB transfer, and Ryan Farber from Texas State. So picking up some top end talent for got to reload. He had a great year this past year. Hopefully for a better one going forward. But again, you're losing some big time talent. Ike Irish, absolute legend. Go ahead and put his name on the Wall of Fame. Earned it. All-time player right there. Going to be an all-time player in the MLB as well. Huge shout out to Auburn baseball. A historical season, great season. Just sucked it in it early. Hated it for him. But that's going to do it for the Start of the College Loop podcast. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Sorry I wasn't live. It had to be pre-recorded. Had something come up late. But again, thank you all for tuning in to the Start of the College Loop podcast. Of course, I'm Dylan Ableton on Twitter, Instagram as well at Dylan Larck, DYLN And right here in the College League podcast, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, what do you think is the most important game for Auburn football in 2025? And of course, don't forget to check out on all social media platforms: Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, the works of the College League. Check me out on TikTok as well at your boy the Tank. Just look up Tank Talks Football; it's on there as well. And of course, check us out audio version of the show: TikTok, Spotify podcast, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. But with that being said, this was some of the College League podcast yet again. And as always, War Eagle.